Big 12 Player of the Week. Softball America named her one of their Softball Stars of the Week after an absolutely incredible performance in Stillwater to help Iowa State set a number of records for their softball program. We're very excited to have Sydney Malott, Iowa State Cyclone, joining us today here on the Ten12. Sydney, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I had two guests lined up for this week, and then you had the weekend you had, and I said, I told our good friend Leah Nelson, who's a co-host here on the show, I was saying, I was like, I have to get Sydney on. We have to. After what she did in Stillwater and the week she's had, we have to get her on. So I'm thrilled that we were able to make this work and get you on the show today. Very excited to have you here. I mean, look, it was obviously a huge weekend. Iowa State setting a program record for conference wins, getting a road series win over a ranked opponent. I mean, you getting the accolades that you have. I mean, how has this all been for you ever since this weekend wrapped up, and even, of course, beating Iowa on Tuesday? What's it been like for you the last few days?
Yeah, it's been a long week for sure. We have another series against Kansas this weekend, but going into Oklahoma State, we just had a goal to play our game. The team last year, they beat Oklahoma State in this series, so it's kind of became this little rival. And Oklahoma State, they are a great team, great program. They've done numerous things in the past years, go to the World Series and everything. So when you play them, you just kind of have to stay within yourself, not make the game as big as it is. And we just wanted to go out there. Definitely a goal was to win the series, that we knew how much that series meant with being kind of tied with them in the Big 12 standings. So again, just staying within ourselves, not making the game as big. And then, of course, beating Iowa is always a good thing. It's a Cyclone state. It was a Cyclone state before our game. We had already secured the trophy, but it's always good to beat Iowa, beat the in-state rivalry. But yeah, it's been a chaotic week and it's got more games to come, but it was really fun this last weekend, and it just seeing our team succeed. And it, like you said, the kind of program record I had no idea that was a program record. So when we knew that we beat not only the Big 12 record, but also going back to the Big 8, it was really special, and it showed how much our work had paid off. And the season's not over, but it was a good it let us breathe a little bit. And we just know that the rest of the season we have to keep playing our game, and we have more program history to make.
Yeah, I mean, look, you've already set the record with 3 series left to go in Big 12 play. It tells me you guys are, obviously the new record's going to be significantly bigger than it was.
Yeah.
Look, a huge series win over Oklahoma State, getting the win over Iowa. The RPI is coming up. Softball America dropped their recent bracketology. You guys are on the bubble, and I think we'll talk with our good friend Eric Lopez of D1 Softball and in the circle here on the show, and I think he would say the same thing, that you guys are going in the right direction. Obviously, you've had the success. Does that stuff start to kind of weigh on you all's mind, as there's our goal of reaching the postseason is there? It's real right now with the way this season has progressed since Big 12 play started, with what we have left on the schedule, with what we've achieved so far. Does that start to kind of seep in of, hey, there's a real chance for us to get back to the postseason here?
Yeah. I think definitely nobody on our team besides transfer Reagan Bartholomew has been to the postseason. So that was a goal coming in, is we wanted to take this program back to where it was. I think 2021, Iowa State made it to the postseason, but it definitely puts a little bit more pressure on your shoulders for sure. But I think it also kind of eases it. It shows you how close we are. We can't go back and kind of change the things that happened in the beginning of the season, which unfortunate, but you have to learn from it and then move past it. And I think it shows how close we are, and just how much the season is really close to an end, and we have to be able to finish it out, really lock in for the rest of the season. I think we have 16 games left. So if we can play one game at a time, just playing our game, playing Cyclone softball, again, not letting those things creep in, even though we definitely are talking about it. We definitely are aware of how close we are, and we check the RPI probably every Monday, and we are like, okay, we moved up this much. Okay, we're getting close. This team's moved up. This team's moved back. So we're in a good spot. I think that our schedule for the last 3 weekends with KU, Baylor, and Utah, all great programs, all have had success in the previous years, but we all are kind of similar in standings. We all are very similar teams that compete really well. So I think we have a good schedule to be able to finish out the season how we'd like to.
What is it about this team between the beginning of the season, starting off with that tough loss to Stony Brook, to now? I mean, this team has grown a lot. It's a very young team. Like the word young is one we've used a ton this season across all of college softball, including the Big 12. But to go from where you guys were in game one to where you are now, where have you seen the most growth on this team? And what is it that's helped you guys make the steps forward this year that you have been able to make?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just not saying we weren't mature in the beginning, but we just didn't have a lot of experience. We had a lot of young players, a lot of new people that it was our first college games, first college starts and everything. So I think at the beginning I think we probably set our like expectations and standards a little too high, and it kind of like popped us in the mouth a little bit, but we were able to reset and we were able to come back from that. And I think that first weekend was really tough for us, and we just were getting in the groove of things, going from practicing all the time and then playing someone different besides yourself is always kind of difficult, but it's also exciting. And being able to respond from it, I think that was the biggest lesson we've learned. And just the preseason as a whole, we really needed a good preseason, and we had an opportunity to, and kind of didn't do as best as we thought. And just being able to kind of take the lessons from each game and apply them to Big 12s. And I think the biggest thing that we've kind of thought about in Big 12s is we weren't projected to be very high. So we kind of just were like, so what? Let's show the world what Iowa State's about. There's no expectations, no standards for us right now. So we really had the opportunity to make our own standard and make our own expectations. So just going into Big 12s, we really just wanted to play our game. We wanted to have fun. That's the biggest thing. I'm having so much fun playing softball, and no matter the wins or losses, I am surrounded by a great group of girls, and we have a lot of fun in the locker room, on the field, and the dugout. We're always having fun. So I think that translates to our play on the field, and just being able to be free and go out there and win some games.
Look, fun is important. Winning is fun, but just having fun, if you can take some of the pressure off yourself and just enjoy what you're doing, a lot of times that can help lead to more success as opposed to just weighing yourself down, and that burden becomes more and more pressure.
For sure.
But you went 4 for 10 this past weekend, made it on base 6 times, 6 RBI, massive weekend with 4 home runs. Ruby Malin's been fantastic in the circle for the Cowgirls this year, but you kind of seem to have her figured out a little bit. What was it? What was the preparation this week going into last week going into the weekend that helped you kind of have the success that you did against her and this entire Oklahoma State pitching staff?
Yeah, like you said, Ruby Malott is an amazing pitcher. She's actually from the Midwest area. She's from Nebraska. I'm from Kansas City. So we played each other all the time growing up. And I don't know. I think the preparation was just kind of not making it too big. She's just another pitcher. She's a really good pitcher, but just it's another softball game. Our preparation actually was kind of short. We had a really quick turnaround. We played UMKC on Tuesday. I think all the days are running together. All the games are running together. But UMKC on Tuesday, we practiced once on Wednesday and then left on Thursday, I think. Or we played Wednesday. I don't know, but
it does. It runs together at a certain point. Yeah.
When you start playing midweeks, you lose track of the days and times and everything. But we had a really quick turnaround. So I think our preparation was we watched a lot of film. We were able to kind of just simplify things. That was my approach in the box, was just keep it simple. It helped out, and the ball went flying, and Ruby provides a lot of the power. So I was just able to make contact, and it flew. But I think the main thing was just all of us had the mindset of just keeping things simple. Our lineup this weekend was absolutely incredible. We were able to trust one another. I knew if I didn't get on base or I didn't hit the ball, the girl after me was. We had a lot of success, like 1 through 9 throughout the lineup. So we were just able to lean on each other and kind of trust each other to get the job done. And that really eases your mind when you go up to bat. Is if I don't succeed right now, I know my teammate is, or I know later in the inning or later in the game, we are definitely going to get this rolling. But we just simplified it. I was actually roommates with Jesse Clemens this weekend, and going into the weekend, we both were kind of struggling. We were both kind of like, what's going on? We were doing really good, and then we kind of had a slump, and me and Jesse just talked about it. We were like, this is our weekend. We're going to keep it simple. We're just going to have fun, hit the ball, go back to kind of what we were doing, and just, again, just swing. When you swing, good things happen. So
it's been really interesting so far to see the development of the offense, because obviously when you started Big 12 play, the success came on sweeping UCF by scoring 6 total runs.
Yeah.
The 2 wins over Arizona State were both close 4-3 wins. There were a lot of lower scoring affairs. Then you get into Oklahoma State and you get a big 5-4 win and 8-4 win to see the offense clicking. We talked about 9-5 win over Iowa. The offense really seems like, obviously the pitching has shown real improvement, but the offense has really started to seem like it started to click. Where do you kind of give the credit there for seeing the bats across the entire lineup really start finding success as the season has progressed?
Yeah, like you said, our pitching has been doing phenomenal. We in the beginning of the year, I think we didn't our games we didn't have all 3 factors clicking. We didn't have the defense, pitching, and hitting done in one game at once. So I think now we're being able to click all the 3 parts together and kind of run it together. And defensively, we've struggled some games, but we're able to bounce back. We're able to come back the next day. But I think offensively, again, we've came together as a group and we just told each other we trust each other. We know that, again, like I said, we have each other's backs. We are able to kind of lean on each other and know that one person's going to get the job done. But our coaches do a great job of preparing us throughout the week. And when the weeks get shorter and kind of playing more games, you don't have as much time to prepare. So we really take advantage of the time that we have. We only have 1 practice today to prepare for Kansas, and that's a great program. So we really take advantage of every practice that we have and kind of make sure that we're locked in defensively, offensively, and pitching does a great job in the bullpens. But the credit, I think all of us deserve all the credit. We are 1 through 9 and all the pinch hitters coming in and everybody on our team, we're able to just kind of control what we can control and have fun up in the batter's box.
You've spent your first 2 seasons at Illinois, entered the transfer portal, and chose to commit to Iowa State. What led you to Ames, and what was your experience like in the portal? I mean, we're in transfer portal season right now across so many sports. That's the spring portal for football, basketball portals is still going. Well, it's such a big topic. It's such a big part of college athletics now. What was your experience like while you were in the portal trying to decide where to go?
Yeah, it's definitely stressful for sure. It's a little chaotic, and especially transferring like in the summer, you have short amount of time to figure out where you're going, and then you have to prepare to go to that place and move in by August. So it's definitely stressful, and it was kind of a big decision. I know everybody that goes through it, it's a really big decision to make. But I think my experience, I have a lot of great support. My family was a really good support. My mom was like, wherever you go, I'll be there. I'll always come to your games. And then going back to like my travel ball coaches, Ryan Taylor did a great job of kind of reaching out to coaches for me, and I was able to go with him and kind of figure out what schools needed and what schools I'd be a good fit at, and he helped out a lot. So just having the support that I had, all my teammates at Illinois, they supported me. They wanted me to be happy, which was really, it meant a lot to me. And then what led me to Iowa State, Coach Pink was the first coach that called me in the portal, and I think we had an hour-long conversation about very little softball. So he was able to kind of just talk to me about life, talk to me about me as a person, which really meant a lot. And so he was the first to call me, and ever since that call, he was texting me every day. He was really adamant about making sure I took a visit to Iowa State. And visits in the summer are a little bit different. You don't get the whole experience of the football game and the basketball game. But Paige Nakashima and Ireland Bus, they were actually staying here over the summer, so they were my hosts. So we went out to dinner, and I think the main thing was they made me feel comfortable. It was obviously going out to dinner with new people is weird and kind of just awkward and everything, but they really made me feel comfortable, and it clicked right away that not just from seeing them too and interacting with them too, I knew this team was all similar. I knew they all were very just like welcoming people. They made the transition a lot easier, and I think that was a really helpful thing. Is right when I got on campus, right when I moved in, my roommates, my teammates, they were all here. They all helped me move in. They all met me, and it was really fun. So I think what led me to Iowa State is just like the culture of the girls. Our locker room, we are really close. We have no drama, which is rare with a group of girls, but we're really close and we're a really tight knit group, and that ultimately translates to the field because we hold each other accountable and we are able to stay close and know that outside of softball we are all friends. We all love each other so much, and just being able to kind of lean on them and trust them, and they have my back and no matter what. But the coaches obviously were a big factor. Coach Pink is a great person. He cares about me as a player and a person, and he just shows that outside of softball and after life, he'll always be there for you, and he'll be there, the goods, bads, the uglies, and everything in between. So just Iowa State's a great place, and I'm really happy that I came here.
That's awesome. Look, it's like going on a first date. First time you go to dinner with someone you don't know.
It's
like,
awkward.
all right, this is going to be. Let's get through the awkward questions. And as for Coach Pink, we all love him. Like he's fantastic. He's a great guy. Thrilled that you have found a home there in Ames.
Thank
Sydney,
you.
You've been fantastic. Before we get you out of here, we got a few quick fun questions we got to throw at everybody before our interviews wrap. So number one, what is your walk-up song this year?
I have two. My walk-up songs is Where You I Wanna Be Where You Are. I had to sing it to make sure I got the right words. Where You Are by John Summit. It's kind of just like a feel-good EDM song, and my teammates all love it, so every time I go up to bat, they sing. So I don't know if it's John Summit singing or my teammates, but both are great. And then I have Sweet Escape by Gwen Stefani.
Okay.
The little throwback, just wanted to make everyone feel good. It's not necessarily for me, it's for the fans and the people in the dugout. So it helped, though channeling their energy kind of helps me throughout my at bat.
Okay. Peanut butter and jelly, what's your jelly of choice?
Ooh, I'm going to go, I think strawberry.
Okay. It's been a popular answer. All right. Would you rather hit a walk-off or rob a walk-off at the wall?
I don't play outfield. I never have played outfield, so I'm going to hit the walk-off. I think, home runs are my thing.
That's after this weekend, we know that. What is your favorite Iowa State uniform?
That's a good question. I think this year I've really liked when we wore, the pins are great. New pins, love the pins. But I think I like the white top with the Cyclone script, white pants, and then you do the white socks with the Cardinal stirrups on top.
Okay.
So a little icy white with a touch of Cardinal.
The Cyclone script script is great.
I love the script.
Yeah. It's good look. It's good look. All right. Who is the biggest trash talker on this team?
Oh gosh. I would say she talks a little trash, but she just likes to chirp. I'm going to say Paige Nakashima. I know Angelina said the same thing, but she just loves to chirp. She's always talking. And
that's good.
The coach that's next to us in the dugout, I don't think they would say the same. They don't like her, but she's made a lot of friends in the Big 12. That was one of the first things I learned in the Big 12 is she knew a lot of the coaches because she chirps at them.
That's good. All right. Look, I mean, we heard that she learned from the best, Leah Nelson. And we don't call her the trash talk queen of the 1012 network for nothing. So It's good to hear. We're gonna have to get Paige on just for some
I know.
just for some trash talk. Just let her
A
come
little
on and chirp.
competition between Leah and Paige.
Ooh.
You might have to get it
When
going.
the student becomes the master, we may have to try that. Okay, I like this.
See
I like where your head's at.
Yeah, see if Leah still has it. I never experienced the Leah trash talk, so I need a little experience of it. I need to see it.
Well, I think she's going to try and be there for the Baylor series. So,
okay.
I
hope she sits right there by the dugout so I can hear.
Sydney, you've been great. Thank you so much again. Congrats on the success you've had so far this season, you and your team, and good luck this weekend against Kansas. And look, fingers crossed, I'm hoping to see Iowa State in the postseason this year. I think we all are from a Big 12 fan standpoint. So good luck this weekend. Again, congratulations on a great performance in Stillwater.
Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.